Section 1. Safeguarding Public Servants. An introduction to Section 197 CrPC. The Indian legal system strives to balance protecting individuals and ensuring efficient governance. Public servants, entrusted with crucial responsibilities, are often vulnerable to accusations that could hamper their duties. Section 197 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, or CrPC, acts as a safeguard against frivolous lawsuits targeting public servants. It mandates prior sanction from the appropriate government authority before initiating criminal proceedings against a public servant for offences alleged to have been committed while discharging their official duties. This provision serves as a crucial shield against harassment, allowing public servants to perform their functions without undue fear of litigation. However, this protection is not absolute and does not cover acts of corruption or personal vendetta. This essay delves into the nuances of Section 197 CrPC, examining its purpose, scope, and the balance it seeks to achieve. Through analysis of key Supreme Court rulings, we will explore the principle of reasonable nexus and illustrate situations where sanction is required and where it is not. Section 2. The Shield of Sanction. How Section 197 CrPC protects public servants. Section 197 CrPC stands as a shield against the misuse of legal processes to target public servants. The requirement for prior sanction acts as a deterrent against frivolous complaints and malicious prosecution. It ensures that allegations against public servants are subjected to preliminary scrutiny by the appropriate authority. This safeguard is essential to prevent the harassment of public servants through baseless accusations, which could impede their duties. By filtering out unfounded accusations, the provision allows public servants to focus on their responsibilities without the constant fear of litigation. This in turn contributes to better governance and public service delivery. By enacting Section 197 CrPC, the legislature recognized the importance of providing a conducive environment for public servants. This protection is essential for attracting and retaining qualified individuals in public service and ensuring the smooth functioning of the government machinery. Section 3. No blanket immunity when Section 197 CrPC does not apply. While Section 197 CrPC provides a crucial layer of protection for public servants, it does not offer blanket immunity from prosecution for all actions. The protection is conditional and applies only when certain criteria are met. The alleged offence must have been committed while the public servant was acting in the discharge of their official duty. If the act is unrelated to their official capacity or is proven to be an act of personal vengeance or corruption, Section 197 CrPC will not apply. The courts have consistently held that the provision cannot be used to protect corrupt officials or those who abuse their power. Section 197 CrPC does not bar investigation into the alleged offence but requires prior sanction before filing a charge sheet or initiating criminal proceedings. The courts play a crucial role in interpreting and applying the provision judiciously to uphold the rule of law. Section 4. The Reasonable Nexus Principle, a cornerstone of Section 197 CrPC. The interpretation and application of Section 197 CrPC often hinge on the reasonable nexus principle. This principle mandates that a reasonable connection must exist between the alleged offence and the official duties of the public servant for sanction to be required. The courts have emphasized that the nexus between the act and the official duty should not be remote or hypothetical. It must be a real and proximate connection demonstrating that the alleged offence was committed in the course of performing official duties. The burden of proving the existence of a reasonable nexus lies on the party seeking protection under Section 197 CrPC. This principle ensures that Section 197 CrPC is not misused to protect actions outside the purview of a public servant's official duties. It prevents the provision from becoming a tool for impunity and ensures accountability. And Section 5, this sanction required even for excesses in duty, the case of decided by the Supreme Court of India in April 2025, illustrates the reasonable nexus principle in action. Police officers were accused of assault and wrongful confinement during the investigation of an individual listed as a rowdy sheeter. The Supreme Court acknowledged that the police officers might have exceeded their authority and used excessive force. However, it determined that a reasonable nexus existed between their actions and their official duties. The officers were acting in their capacity as law enforcement officials, investigating a case and attempting to apprehend a suspect. This ruling highlights that sanction may be required even in cases where public servants are found to have acted excessively. As long as a reasonable connection can be established between their actions and their official duties, the shield of sanction may apply. However, the court emphasized that this protection is not a free pass for police brutality or abuse of power. If the police officer's actions were found to be malicious or entirely unconnected to their official duties, then Section 197 CrPC would not shield them from prosecution. The case serves as a reminder that the application of Section 197 CrPC requires a nuanced understanding of the reasonable nexus principle. It requires careful consideration of the facts and circumstances of each case. This ensures that public servants are protected while also being held accountable for their actions. The balance between protection and accountability is crucial for upholding the rule of law. Now let's move on to a clear case where sanction is not required. In certain situations, it becomes evident that the actions of public servants are entirely outside the scope of their official duties. When there is no reasonable nexus between the act and the official duty, the protection under Section 197 CrPC does not apply. In such cases, the public servant can be prosecuted without the need for prior sanction. Upholding the rule of law is paramount. The judiciary plays a vital role in interpreting and applying Section 197 CrPC to ensure that justice is served. By carefully examining the facts and circumstances of each case, the courts ensure that the protection offered by this section is not misused. The balance between protecting public servants from frivolous litigation and holding them accountable for their actions is delicate. Finally, a call to action. It's essential for everyone to understand the implications of Section 197 CrPC. Whether you are a public servant, a legal professional, or a concerned citizen, knowledge of this provision and its application is crucial. Stay informed and engaged to ensure that the rule of law is upheld and justice is served.